I really love what you've shared about how, traditional education is about the memorization, taking in all the facts, being able to
Yeah.
do a standardized test to be able to demonstrate that. And when you do that, then there's that spot where that's where the goal is, when really it should be, like you said, creative. Let's get creative about that information, how we can use and leverage it. And you're right, the pandemic has taught us that we need to learn, unlearn, and reimagine. All of
Yeah.
those things. And so I use the word reimagine because in the workplace, there was a lot of things that we learned, but there's things we had to unlearn because we were so set in our ways of how work needed to be done that we couldn't imagine or reimagine how it could be different, knowing all the new things that we took on. And it was that space that you spoke to, that creative space, that has been the driver for innovation over and over again. And um, I lead teams of technical staff. And so can you imagine all of these technical principles and things that people have learned in all their different disciplines within our organization? And the challenge became, okay, well, that's nice that we have all of these foundational principles and things that we're all masters of in our own right for our organization, but we need to move away from that and get creative, imagine about how we could do things differently. And that was quite a mindset shift to get people to want to tap into uh that area. I mean, that really is a soft skill right there. Creativity is a soft skill. Opening your mind to new ways of doing things, that's definitely, openness. So all of a sudden in our organization, we're talking about being open to new ideas, challenging how we used to do it. Maybe it means that we create something new. Yeah, and we look and we spend a lot less time looking back about how we did it, because we're always wanting to look back in history about what worked, and then we see what didn't work, when really you could be more forward thinking and thinking about, okay, knowing everything I know, what could be. And when you get people in the space of what can be or what could be, and you come from that space, well, then the learning happens quicker and faster, and people learn how to be agile. They learn how to learn a little piece, get an experience, and then apply it. They apply it forward, and it's a whole different way of thinking. And I will tell you that the information technology sector has been doing this for a while. And so to take the information technology uh, and put it into any organization or workplace, there was a lot of resistance. There was a lot of resistance because, like, oh my gosh, I need to know all the details. I need to know exactly what the outcome is going to be and how we're going to know we got there. And so people get all nervous about the not knowing, and they get stuck in their own way, and they want to know that if they do these things that they're not wasting their time, because we only have so many hours to do things. And so people um, are like, well, I need to know so we're not going back and redoing things. And you know what, sometimes when you do something and you have to rework it, that's where all of these golden nuggets come out of innovation. And so getting people to see that has been the challenge. And so you can't teach that in a book. You can't teach
Yes.
that in a setting.
Yes.
You teach it in
Yes.
the real world through specific examples of leadership. And that leadership is being open to innovating, being open to other ideas out there, and setting aside your own personal ideas, beliefs, and ways of doing, and really being open to what could happen. And you know, we have a lot of work to do in that area. But if anything, I think the pandemic taught us that it's possible. Because when we
I have
first started, people felt like, oh my gosh, the world's crashing down. And
a
we have advanced